Welcome to Invictus Porsche. My name is Basheer. Today we've got a 911 991 Targa 4S, and these Targas, what they are known for is this. Let's open it back up again. So a slight hiccup there, purely because I let the button go as I'm opening the roof, and when I pressed it up again, the car thought that I want to close the roof back up again. So what these Targas are really well known for is what you get here in terms of a cabin space. You've got this beautiful glass roof here at the back, and you've got this, whatever you want to call this pillar, which we will get into from a history point of view. You've got this going from one side of the car to the other side of the car, and you almost get like a convertible sort of an environment right here, bang in the middle, which is absolutely of a joy to be inside. Now, what is the Targa all about? I mean, what's the history like? Where do they actually come from? And, you know, how did Porsche come up with a theme for a Targa? The simple answer is the state of California decided to say no more to convertible cars from memory in and around the 70s. That's because of any time a convertible toppled over, it killed all of its passengers. Therefore, California said no more convertibles. They later on changed that law and allowed manufacturers to continue to produce convertibles. But Porsche, during that short time window, said, why don't we design a car with this pillar here that acts as a crash bar, but at the same time, should you want, you've got this little clothy sort of folding soft top here, which you remove and put into the front trunk, and you still have a convertible like feel. The name Targa comes from a very well-known race around Italy called the Targa Florio, so this is where the name comes from. And here today we've got a Targa finished in this beautiful white color, complemented with a 20-inch turbo edition 3 alloys. This has got all the spec that one could potentially cram into a 911, starting on from the fact that this is the 911 4S, so this has got the four-wheel drive system, it's got the Porsche sports exhaust system, and onto the inside and both onto the outside, it's got an absolutely phenomenal spec. So just to continue, just on the spec item of things, you've got front and rear parking sensors, so you've got a display, but you've also got a rear camera here. You've got this beautiful LED strip all the way from the back of the vehicle. Glass finished in this lovely grey color. You've got the turbo wheels, it's in white. On the rear, you've actually got the limited slip diff system here, so you've got the Porsche torque vectoring system. On the inside, you've got the PDK sport steering wheel, which has got paddle shift. You've also got cruise control. In the center here, you've got PASM, the sports button there, the Porsche sports exhaust system button here as well. Additionally, you've got the PDK dual clutch transmission system. It's currently done 51,217 miles, and all in all, from brand new, it's got 5 owners, so not a lot of owners at all, because this car now is 7 years old. The way it's held value is absolutely phenomenal. So brand new, this 7 years ago was approximately 106 or 107,000 pounds. And currently retailed with us in mid £70,000. So it is available, it is advertised literally today as we speak, from the point of view of, I think, 23 July. Other smaller bits of spec, if you're a big fan of big spec items or optional spec item from Porsche, as we know they are the king of optionals, is the Porsche crest on the headrest, and the back of the seats are finished in this hard shell sort of a material. You also get a 2+2 layout here as well, so you can have 2 children, which is what I'm going to illustrate now at this moment right now by having actually my nephew here tag along on this journey. But should he want, he could actually sit into the back of the 2 seats as well. So a very family friendly, practical car. So what more? Let's get into it, drive it, and tell you a little bit more about what it feels like being on the inside the cabin space, and all in all, what you can expect from a driving point of view, the sound, and is it exhilarating, is it fun, and is it worth the money that I'm going to ask you to put into one of these? Yes, it is, and we'll cover all the reasons. We're joined here today for the test drive part of it with my nephew Yusuf. He's going to be doing these reviews in 5 years' time, so let's get into it. So we're into the car. Yusuf knows the drill.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Oh God, what do you think so far?
Good.
You like this car?
Yeah.
You would like to buy it?
Yeah.
Okay. Fantastic. Tell your dad to sell the house.
Okay.
Okay. Brilliant. We start it up. Okay, all good. Perfect. Now we are going to put it in reverse. I'll let you press the sports button. Not yet, not yet. We'll do it a bit later, yeah? I'm going to let you do the honors. So right from the get-go, what a beauty to drive one of these. And it's great to have that rear camera, especially when you're reversing. Nice, thank you very much. Let's put that rear spoiler up, which we have, and we'll let you press the sports button actually, because this car is all about, well, the 911s, they're all about experiencing the best things in life as best as we can. So let's press that. Great, you can hear the exhaust valve changes. That's an incredible sound. Having the Porsche sports exhaust is an absolute must in a car like this, especially when you're so close to, hearing the sound from the exhaust and, just the engine sound in general. And at low speed, it really has that grunt and that burble from the exhaust. So this is us going at 30 miles an hour. Great. Oh, it's lovely, isn't it? It's great. Just a nice sound. Second gear, third gear. Beautiful and amazing at the same time. Right, yeah, as my nephew said, the sound is incredible, especially on the downshifts. What can we expect out of this 3.8 litre naturally aspirated flat 6-boxer engine from a performance point of view? Well, you can healthily get 400 brake horsepower, 440 Newton meters of torque, and you've got the 7-speed transmission, which complements the all 4-wheel drive system superbly well. And if you're curious what it does from a 0 to 62 miles per hour, you'd be happy to know that it does that in 4.6 seconds. For a very long time, this was one of my dream cars. I wanted this in my showroom, to drive it, to own it, to look at one. I think they are put together so beautifully. And to especially get one in the spec that this is in, I'm in love. We will take this home tonight because we need to treat ourselves. This is why we work so hard and we put all these hours in. Now you've got the great feel from the sports steering wheel here as well. You've got the paddle shifts, so should you want, you could actually use the paddle shifts to go down or up a gear. And then you've also got the option to use the gear select lever, which is finished in this beautiful leather, to simply, push it to the left and go down a gear should you want. But we're in the second gear, going at quite low speed, so I'm not going to be shifting down a gear. And also, it's extremely effective having this at the back. Unlike in a convertible, it can be extremely difficult to have this conversation, especially with a child that doesn't protrude a very loud voice. So it's actually a fantastic way to illustrate this. You don't get tornadoes in the back. On the downshift, what a phenomenal sound you get. Just a pleasure to hear it, to experience it, and to be part of Porsche's heritage in the way that we are to represent this brand. And the amount of engineering that goes into these cars is absolutely phenomenal. Another spec item, and I'm sure I've missed out a lot of spec items, so if you are interested in buying this, it's actually currently available, well, as we got it in stock today, is the Sport Design side door mirrors. Additionally, you've also got the Sport Design front apron that gives it slightly aggressive styling. We're going to let the Audi TT get far up ahead and just experience the joy. So let's do this now. Ready? To slow down, and the driving experience from the Targa is very different to what you tend to find in the coupes, 911 Carrera S's or the Carrera 4S's, and also in the convertibles, because the convertibles, I think to some degree it's either one or the other when it comes between the coupe or the convertible. So if you've got that extra £25,000 to spend on a Targa, not only do they keep their values phenomenally well, because they're just very rare and few in numbers, but also these are classics from the get-go, because they command a premium when you buy them, and over the past 10-20 years, they just hold their values incredibly well. And this is the first generation of the Targas, back to the return of the old 70s and 80s Targas that we were so familiar with, because from 1993, when they had the 993 model introduced, the Targas went to a glass roof, both through the 993 model, the 996 model, and as well as the 997 models, both the Gen 1 and the Gen 2s. They went back to having all these three models, the 993, the 996, the 997, all three models from 1993 to 2011 went to the glass roof. And we've had quite a few of those, and they do superbly well in terms of values as well. So if you look back at the previous generation, 997 Generation 2 Targa 4S's, something with a mileage of 51,000 miles is going to cost you about £55,000. and if it's spec'd the way this is spec'd, you could be looking at easily £60,000. So for an additional 13 or 15,000 pounds, getting a 991 Targa 4S with the styling and with the way it looks is fantastic. It's, I think, brilliant. Just a joy of a car, and let's just take a moment to enjoy looking at it from the outside. Sorry, the number plate is loose. Let's take a step back.